Oh.
And I'm like, what? She said, I just had enough.
So no warning.
No warning. She just had enough.
Okay.
So it's always best to ask, if you're a man, if your wife has had enough and, is your life in danger?
Gentlemen, are you paying attention? Life lessons here. Al's got you.
Welcome to the official podcast of Foodies of Lafayette, where flavor meets community. A huge thanks to our chef table sponsor, Ounce of Hope. You can learn more at ounceofhope.com. Let's join our hosts, Heidi McDonald and Jason Stoner.
Welcome to the Foodies of Lafayette podcast. I'm Heidi McDonald, founder of Foodies of Lafayette, here with my partner in crime, Jason Stoner. And we've got here with us today, Al Hebert, Gas Station Gourmet. Before we get started, I want to take a little minute to thank our sponsors, the people that make it all possible. Colin Bercier, Ounce of Hope. Y'all, check it out. All the flavors, all the things. Come Mardi Gras, there are king cakes. The rest of the year, there are edibles, there are drinks, there are all of the things for all wellness,
Ounce
health.
of Hope just released a coffee drink, energy coffee drink.
What?
So there you go.
Oh my gosh, I missed that memo.
Absolutely.
Oh, that is exciting. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Foodies of Lafayette podcast for all the background info.
Breaking
And
news.
I'm telling you.
We would also like to thank Logic Refrigeration HVAC.
Thank you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth. Logic keeps a lot of restaurants in Lafayette cool with their HVAC services, along with refrigeration. I know we just...
Daiquiri machines.
Yeah, daiquiri
We just
machines.
learned that he does all the
Yeah.
things.
And actually, they can put you on a maintenance program.
Yeah.
It's a preventive maintenance, and that's a really cool thing. And what's also cool about that, if you mention Foodies, he's going to give you 10% off.
Whoa, that's a good deal.
Absolutely. Thank you, Seth.
Thank you, Seth.
Al,
Yes.
thanks for being here.
Hey, I'm glad to be here.
We really appreciate you.
I was on a little vacation for a while when they canceled the show, and then got a call and they uncanceled the show. So
How
really,
long was that vacation?
God, from October to June.
Oh, my God.
That was a long vacation.
Yes, Heidi, it was indeed a very long vacation. But it wasn't a fun vacation like I went somewhere. Mostly I sat on the couch and went, oh, my God, I'm awful, and then, that kind of stuff. Watched a lot of TV, watched a lot of YouTube. Talked to Jason a lot on the phone.
Oh, my gosh.
Because
We talked a lot.
He was unemployed as well. And so there should be a club for us, right?
There should be a club, yeah.
And so we would talk a lot about that. And then I would curl up in the corner in a fetal position and then just bang my head against the wall until I was unconscious.
That sounds like time well spent.
So
Al.
how long did you have before Catherine, your wife, kicked you out of the house? Like, how close were you to that?
I think I was days away. Maybe even not days. I mean,
Hours, maybe?
so when you're not bringing anything in, you're not contributing anything. But I did wash clothes, dry clothes, mop, all those things that, I'd hope give me some value. And, she never did kick me out.
Well done.
Thank you, Catherine.
I really expected to arrive. Well, I never went anywhere, so there's no way I could arrive and find the house locked. So, just hung out and, applied for some jobs. And apparently, and this is what frightened me, I have no marketable job skills, And that was a rude awakening.
He was asking me about things to do, but everything that I would tell him, he would shoot me down. So I'd be like, well, I know someone that sells insurance if you want to do that. And he's like, no, don't want to do that.
I'm not a
Well,
salesman.
you've got quite the resume, though, Al. I mean, it's quite extensive and not anything that anybody would have expected, honestly.
I have had a fun life.
Okay, so for those of us out there who don't necessarily know the whole story, what was your most fun job?
Well, I was really, really lucky to spend 15 years as a sheriff's deputy. And that was a fun career.
Fun, huh?
And it never stopped. If you like a fast-paced, action-filled career, law enforcement's the way to go. And I got to tell you, from my first day in a patrol unit until my last day, those 15 years were great. I would do them again in a heartbeat. But
you weren't a regular policeman. You were like special.
well,
Like a detective, right?
My partner and I ran a special services unit, which is like a few investigators who, the DA would call us with cases, things like that. So we got some really, really unusual cases. I wouldn't say I was a great cop, but every once in a while I'd solve something,
You were telling me this story when we were unemployed. You were telling me this story about how you were in a chase, but you got hung up.
Yes. So I was thin and very fast, and my partner and I went to arrest this guy, and he took off running. And of course, I yelled, "I got him!" And he jumped over a picket fence, and I'm thinking, I can take that fence. And I jumped over that fence, and for a second, I was airborne. I felt like this is what flight feels like. But I had a backup gun on my ankle, and it got caught between the pickets. And I just slammed down on my face, and my partner said, "Are you okay?" I'm like, yeah, just go get him, And it was weird in that because I was on the ground and the picket was up, I couldn't get my foot out of it. And so I'm just on the ground trying to figure out how am I going to get out of here. And this old lady comes up, very nice lady, and she looked down at me and she said, "Son, can I help you?" And I said, "Could you pick my foot up and just get it out of the fence?" And she did,
That was
And
so sweet.
yeah, that was very sweet
Son,
of her.
can I help you?
Yeah, "Son, can I help you?" I never forgot that. And I realized we must be humble,
Yeah.
because we do a lot of things in life. We think, oh my God, we're hot, we're on fire. And then,
It's good to have.
I have
helpful
seen
people
pictures, though. You were
around.
pretty on fire.
I got to tell you, it was a fun career. Just got, at some point, you need to move on, and got in the healthcare business. I worked in psych services at Lake Charles Memorial.
Well, hold
Hospital.
on.
Oh,
Let's
wait,
go
wait.
back.
Okay,
No,
wait.
hold on. We're going backward.
From a detective to psych services, that actually does make sense.
That's really good,
actually.
but you've got to hear the story about when women murder their husbands.
What?
It's a cautionary tale.
Oh Lord.
And this is just my experience. It could be completely different now. But one of the things I learned when I was a very young guy, went to this homicide, and I was the first one there. Naturally, there had been a shooting, so I go in the trailer, and the gun is on the washer and dryer, and I just blurted out what happened before I read her rights. Probably shouldn't have done that. But nonetheless, she said, "I had enough."
Oh.
And I'm like, "What?" She said, "I just had enough."
So no warning.
No warning. She just had enough.
Okay.
So it's always best to ask, if you're a man, if your wife has had enough, and, is your life in danger?
Gentlemen, are you paying attention? Life lessons here. Al's got you.
I think that's very important, because you never know when they have enough. And so I always have tried to be, helpful. Once a month I ask my wife, "How am I doing? Have you had enough yet?" And her answer is always the same, which worries me. "Oh, you make me laugh." I'm like, "Okay, I'll carry on. I'll try
Keep being funny, Al. We need you
Man, what if
around.
I'm
Keep
not-
it up, bud. Keep it up.
What if I'm not funny one day and I just become annoying?" Boy, that's scary. So I worry about that.
So in your life, you went from law enforcement, but you did some training manuals and stuff in law enforcement, didn't you?
I did. I taught in the police academy.
Oh wow.
And one day, I'm sitting around in the office, really pondering my future, and the phone rings, and it's a lady who had been a detective at another department with me, another department, not with my department, and she was working in the psych services at Memorial Hospital in Lake Charles, and she said, "Hey, you want to come to work at the hospital?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'm a cop. I don't know anything." And she said, "We could use your skill set here." And I'm trying to think, what skill set do I have? And went over there, interviewed, and I thought this could be fun. And the pay was good, and so I took the job, and I was the education coordinator for the hospital. So I wrote the Stop Smoking program. You may want to look into that, Jason. And I wrote, I wrote a parenting program, before I ever had children.
Oh, how'd
And-
that go?
Well,
Yeah.
I thought it went really well until I had a child.
Yeah.
Oh.
And went, oh my
Well.
God, I was completely wrong.
Reality's rough.
You didn't pull out the manual?
You know, I kind of did, but
Well, I mean, he wrote it, so.
I was
Yeah.
completely wrong on everything. And so I apologize to anyone who read that, and I'm sorry I was wrong.
Al says.
Man, it was bad, and I had some clinicians working with me who had really good ideas, and boy, I was completely wrong.
So how long did you do that?
I was there, I think, 7 years, which was a lot of fun, and that's how I kind of got into media. We had a really huge television budget at the hospital, and I was doing some TV stuff and things like that, and then had an opportunity to get into television, you know, like real television, and did that. And then I started a little company, and we did medical projects for television. And we mostly worked in Texas because Texas is a they have highly competitive medical markets.
Yeah.
And so what we did was really, really good, and we traveled around Texas, and that's actually how the Gas Station Gourmet was born,
From the travel
traveling.
and medical.
from traveling.
Okay.
Because my photog and I walked into a gas station one day, and it smelled like your grandmother's kitchen on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, are they serving food here in a gas station?
Uh-huh.
And we walked around. Sure enough, there was a lady serving up food at a little buffet, and we got the food, and it was great. And so I told him, I'll never forget this, I said, you know, if there's more than one place like this in America, we will go in, shoot a package. A package is a story in the TV business. We'll shoot a package, and maybe we'll get free lunch. And that's all I wanted.
A free lunch.
That's what most people in TV want.
Man after my own heart.
Can,
It's all about the food.
can I get a free lunch if I put you on TV? And so, yeah, that's how it was born. And so I was just kind of plinking around with it. And the National Association of Convenience Stores, which is an international trade organization, found me. And they wanted to know if I would write for their magazine. And I said, sure, you know. And I started writing. That was 14 years ago, and I'm still there.
Oh, wow.
I can't believe that, you know. I'd have let me go a long time ago. And so each month I profile a gas station somewhere in America. I mean, today I had a great interview with the guy who owns Cajun Brobridge. And that is a really interesting story. He's one of the most interesting people I've talked to. Let me just pull him up real quick because I really do want to mention his name. And
in Breaux Bridge.
in Brobridge, Cajun.
Okay.
He owns the Piggly Wiggly,
Oh.
and he also owns, you know, Cajun. And his name is Dane Green, and his family has owned the Piggly Wiggly for years. And I love the way this guy thinks. I love his philosophy. I think everything he touches turns to gold. And what makes that place so interesting, it's a small convenience store, but it's also a full-service hardware store, you know?
Wow.
And I think that's really cool. He makes cracklins. He makes boudin. And he has plate lunches at the Piggly Wiggly next door, which are amazing. But he does these chicken burgers over there that people just love.
A chicken burger.
Chicken burgers.
Oh, wow.
So is it ground chicken?
It's ground chicken.
Okay.
And it's great the way they make them. He has a real good system for making them. He bought some 5-inch pipe, had it highly polished, puts the ground chicken in there, it's stuffed in pretty hard, freezes it, and then runs some water on the outside. Boop, boop. The chicken roll comes out, and they just cut it into burgers. You know?
Interesting.
Huh.
It's a really, real keen operation. I love that. And, you know, it's one of those places, you know, in Louisiana, we really have some of the best gas station food you'll find in America.
Absolutely.
You know, and everybody who's come down from the magazine to try the food has said that. And, you know, the thing about gas stations in America, they have so much character. Like, I went into a gas station and they had Cornish game hen, which is a little upscale.
Where was that?
It was in Noonday, Texas.
Okay.
which most people, population
no.
777.
Right.
I looked at that and thought, wow, that's a lot of food for 777 people. And
It's pretty fancy for 700 people.
very fancy. And I ran to a gas station right outside of Austin in Round Rock that has one of the 5 best wine collections in Texas, in Austin.
Oh.
And I mean, this guy's a sommelier, but on this gas station. And, he had Cristal champagne, $400 a bottle.
Okay.
So you find that kind of stuff. And then you find a place like the Lazy Caveman who, I mean, they have amazing meatball stew. Do you like meatball stew?
Oh, absolutely.
You like
Oh,
meatball
absolutely.
stew?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's amazing. And I mean, this stuff's good. So yeah, people often say, "Oh, I would never eat gas station food," but you got to go inside and find out what's
Well,
there.
we went down to the Deep Port, New Iberia, right?
Port Quick Shop in New
Port's
Iberia.
Quick Shop, and that guy
Brandon does amazing food, does it all from scratch. And the interesting story behind it, he used to work for Merrill Lynch. His parents owned the store forever. He goes back, because they were going to close it, and he was helping them get ready to close. And the next thing you know, he's got, I could run this place. And he has great seafood. I think some of the best seafood.
sweet potato soufflé.
Oh, goodness.
I know, in a gas station.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
And every Thursday he does half-pound hamburgers, and they're
Oh.
amazingly good. And he's got a really cool technique for making them. And I got to tell you, there's just so much great food in gas stations. And, I just want people to go inside and look around, I found a gas station in Arizona that had a little oddities museum, and they had Hitler's limo.
Oh.
Well, she said, we can't say it wasn't Hitler's limo. Get it?
Oh, got it.
And then they had a mummy.
I wonder if that's what. Do you remember the movie Rat Race? There was a museum like that. I wonder if it's the same museum.
It's been around forever. It's been around, and I loved it when I actually took a picture of it, and I said, "Wow, that's amazing." She said, "Well, we can't say it isn't," and I thought that was pretty cool.
We can't say it
We
isn't.
can't say it could be, but we can't say it's not.
Well, what's been your favorite?
Yes, that's what I wanna know.
All-time favorite.
Man, I tell you what, I love the chocolate cake at that place in Round Rock, and it was, let's see, High Country Market and Pub, and they have great chocolate cake. And when I was doing the medical projects, when I worked in Austin, I would go there and get 2 pieces of cake for lunch, and I felt very guilty about that because you're a fat guy sitting at a table and you got 2 pieces of cake. People are going to talk. And so then I decided, well, I'm just going to eat this in the privacy of my car, and that way I won't be ridiculed.
Now you're that guy eating 2 pieces of cake in the car.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I've got chocolate all over my face.
I mean, they saw you walk to the car.
Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching.
But you always think they are. That's the thing.
That's the detective in him. The detective in him.
Nobody's watching, but I'm just thinking, someone's got binoculars and they're watching a fat guy eat 2 pieces of chocolate cake for lunch. So yeah,
the judgment is real.
That was great cake. But I got to tell you, I love the meatball stew at Lazy Caveman.
Hold on. What do we got here you brought?
Okay, so this is from one of my favorite places, Hit and Run. So what I wrote a story about Hit and Run, and what people would be surprised at, it's right on Johnston, not far from the university, across the street from that.
The antique shop.
Right, the antique shop.
Okay.
And my buddy Chris works there, and what caught my attention with these chili dogs, they make their chili in-house.
Nice.
And so I think that's great attention to detail. They have great seafood on Fridays. I think they do everything right there. They bake Ghirardelli chocolate chip cookies there.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
At a gas
Lily,
station.
like
Yeah.
Lily's chocolate chip cookies?
I doubt it.
Oh, man.
Nothing's like that.
And they've got a lovely kind of wooden display where they have them in. And they're great cookies. I mean, this place,
Good
there's
to know.
there's a bunch of hit and runs around town.
Do they all have food like that?
I don't know. But this one, oh my God, everything's great there. The chicken's great,
Gas Station Gourmet.
Absolutely, Gas Station Gourmet. It's how I keep my weight up and keep my cardiologist, he's able to fund, a nice car at a beach house, maybe.
It's
you
really
know.
nice.
So
of
you
to
were talking earlier. You've been on road trips where they funded road trips for you to go across the nation, huh?
You know, I work for the National Association of Convenience Stores magazine, NACS, NACS magazine, and they would send me and a guy named Frank Beard, who at the time was working for Gas Buddy. What they would want us to do is go spend a week on the road, eat only in gas stations, and we would go to the
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
everything.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
And go end up at the conference. They have a conference every year. It is huge. About 20,000 people
Wow.
show up for this, which is more people than live in my hometown. And people from all over the world. Because gas station food, for instance, in Ireland, gas stations are kind of white linen restaurants. And that's a first date place.
What?
You know? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard that. Now, I haven't been there to see it, but it makes perfect sense. And so, yeah, I traveled around, and one year we went to every Buc-ee's in Texas,
Oh, wow.
each one.
Okay.
And we went through America's longest car wash at the time. And that took forever. I thought we'd never get out. It's truly Twilight Zone-like.
That's one restaurant that you can eat the food after going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
their
yeah,
bathrooms are clean
absolutely.
enough where you feel comfortable enough eating the food.
I know.
Is that a rule? Is it? Do you make that a rule? Do you check out the bathroom before you check out the food?
Sometimes I do, but sometimes everything looks so clean, you just go, you don't need to. Like, I've been in several gas station kitchens where everything's so shiny, you know, and they'll tell you, we have a routine for cleaning this stuff, and I mean, you can just tell they do.
That's
But if a
amazing.
gas station has a terrible restroom, usually I don't, you know. But
There's one working pump and a flickering light.
I do have something. I have this thing called the Gas Station Vacation Map. And all the gas stations I've visited or wrote about are on this map. Not everyone, because I really need to.
Is that
work.
electronic?
Yeah, how do we
It's-
get
it's-
access? To
How do we have
that?
access to that?
GasStationGourmet.com/map.
Okay.
And there will be a map of America, and there's little knives and forks all over the map. If you click on one of those, this window comes up, and it'll give you a description of the gas station. And then if you hit directions, Google Maps will show you how to get there. And I do usually include, if I think their bathrooms are just excellent, I will put down that they're a bathroom destination.
Okay.
Okay.
That's getting
That's
posted on
useful
Foodies of
information.
Lafayette.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, because, you know, I talk to so many moms, and, you know, it's an
This is
important
important
thing.
information.
It is very important information.
Absolutely.
And I had a lady in
It's
New
almost like AAA, but with Al.
Yeah, right?
kind of.
But with good food.
Low budget AAA. I talked to a lady who owns a gas station in New Hampshire, and she got the whole hunter-gathering thing with modern men down pat. She said she will see an SUV park come up to the gas pumps, got a family in it, and the man gets out, goes into the store, heads straight for the restroom. Then he comes out, goes back to the SUV, and he and his wife talk, and then you see all the kids unbuckling and they come in, you know. And she said that's the man's job. Go scope out a great restroom.
Make sure it's clean enough for the kids.
And I mean, she's just, you know, on this thing so much. And I find that gas stations who check their restrooms every 30 minutes are good places to go because, I mean, they're just on it.
The attention to detail spreads to everything, I
Absolutely.
guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it
And
does.
I've been in gas stations that it looked like their restroom looked like something from Saw.
Oh,
You know,
that's
very
special.
Scary, kind of dirty, kind of grimy, and you just
That
back
was your
out.
favorite place to eat, right?
No, oh no! I just thought, wow, this could be in a movie.
Wow.
And
So
then I
that
got
sounds like it might be the most fun you've had in a job.
Oh yeah, Gas Station Gourmet is a fun job. News 15 is a fun job. I think the one I had the most passion about was the sheriff's office. I really, really love that.
Maybe you should just go back.
Well, you know, I'm old, and I don't know if you noticed, I'm kind of fat, and
You're not
you know,
trying to chase anybody
I
anymore.
couldn't chase anybody. I had
Fair
both
enough.
knees replaced in 2024. So my days of chasing people, and the doctor said one thing. He said, you can do anything except fall.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Which apparently
no pressure.
I did a lot of that at the sheriff's office. So I just watch television when I'm not working and think, I used to do that. And yeah, it's fun. And I got to tell you, look, I love our morning show. It's always been such a fun show to do.
Special shout out to our Chef's Table sponsor, Ounce of Hope. Colin, thank you so much for believing in us and everything that we're doing. Y'all, if you haven't tried it yet, go check it out. Available at all local Rouses and
Total Wine,
and at Total
Marcello's.
Wine and Marcello's. Berry high lime. There's peach. There's cherry. Lots of different flavors. Anything that you're interested in, go check it out.
Yeah.
Really, really, really tasty.
I absolutely love it.
Absolutely. And also, we want to say thank you to Seth. Thank you, Logic HVAC. We appreciate everything that you're doing for us and the community fridge for believing in us.
Yeah. And Sunday Soda Fountain and Chris Logan Media. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris.
Chris is sitting in here. Thank you, Chris.
He keeps us in line.
So moving forward with Al, we did bring him some cracklings from Lanyo's Country Store.
They're great.
They are great. They've got chicken and they got the pork crackling. I live really close to there, so I'm a regular. And you know what? Look, I love their crackling.
I
do.
might have eaten all of the chicken. I'm sorry. There's
Well,
like 2
it's-
bites left.
Their boudin is really good. I don't get that every day, but Rogers does. So there's that. But I really want to talk more about KADN.
Okay.
So, and you were on there for a long time.
Yeah.
When did you start with them?
2017.
Oh, wow.
So in 2017, so that was the morning show, and I know that you did. I know that we cooked with you,
You did.
and you've got other people. Stacey Dempsey cooked with you, but on KADN, what was that like with the morning show? Did it ever get crazy?
It did get crazy, but it was fun crazy. Sometimes it was tense crazy. But, I worked with really good people. And, I think it's always better to work with people who are more talented and smarter than you. or
Well,
me.
that's why we brought you on.
Oh, you're so kind.
Yeah, that's why you're here, Al.
Alex Restell was a great anchor and so eclectic in her talent. I mean, she did everything. One time I spoke to her dad and I said, how do you raise an Alex Restell? Tell me. And then Adam Olivier, people just love him, I mean, I was at a shoot one morning and this lady comes up to me who's got a daughter Adam's age. She said, is Adam married? I went, no.
Oh?
Is he seeing anyone? I said, I don't know, And she said, I tell my daughter all the time, that's the kind of guy you need to marry. And then, we got Scott on board, and Scott's been in this business here for ages. And so I think we had a really good group of people, and I think that everybody brought something different to the show.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not a very talented guy, and I really know nothing
Bullshit.
about. Honestly, I don't know anything about the television business because
Seriously, Al.
our executive producer said a word today, and I'm like, God, I don't know what that is. She said, go do a whatever, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want to ask because then I'll look like a.
Was it a packet? I learned the word packet today.
No,
Was
it's
it a
a
packet?
He's the one that taught me the word package.
It's package. It's package.
Package, not
Yeah.
packet.
And so, I just, got to the car and asked Dave Pierce, what does that mean? So, yeah, that happens all the time because I'm not really a hard news person. I like to make elf shoes, milk goats, things like that, and I like to work with animals. I had a plan years ago for us to milk a cow in the studio. Now, you can milk a cow in a pasture, but it's not the same thing as when you bring him in a studio. And so I had the whole thing worked out, and when I had someone measure the width of the cow, it would not fit through our door.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, well, we
So
can
did you milk it in the parking lot? What'd you do?
No, we just never did it because it's anticlimactic to do it in a parking lot. I was thinking we could grease the cow and push it through the door.
I mean, it's not a Bourbon Street pole, Al. I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying.
know. So we never did it, but I thought that would have been fun because people could see an actual cow being milked in a television studio.
That is
Never did that.
hilarious.
I lament that.
I got to admit, cooking there, was interesting.
People love cooking. The viewers love cooking because we're a food culture here, as you guys know, because you're Foodies of Lafayette.
Yeah.
And so we did fun cooking segments. We cooked all kinds of stuff. And, sometimes, we went to your place, Sunday Dinner Guys, and cooked there. You came and cooked in the studio. And
I'll tell you, there's some equipment in there that was a little janky.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
The burner was missing a leg.
Oh,
I brought my own. I was like, yeah, let me just bring my own equipment.
Yeah, we never did find the leg of that burner. So, yeah, I know. But it was still fun, and we had some great food in there, met some great people, Tim Metcalf, who is on your podcast, one of the most interesting guys in the food business,
He is. He's
I have
a
to
really
say, yeah.
interesting character.
And everything he touches turns delicious. So
Yeah.
So this morning, before you got here, I threw out to Foodies of Lafayette that we're going to be interviewing you on the podcast, and does anyone have any questions for you?
There was a
and
lot
so
of
I'm out
feedback.
here on our page, and Stacy Dempsey, what a sweetheart, says, I know a lot of things that Al enjoys cooking, but ask him what is his favorite.
Ooh, good question.
Putting you on the spot there.
So, I really love to cook Mexican food. I love it. And I think I do a good job on. I make an enchilada casserole, either chicken or beef. And I'm thinking, I'm on fire with this, And then one day, my family asked me not to cook it anymore. It was almost like an intervention. And I'm like, well, I thought you loved it. They said, not really. So I
Thank
stopped.
God they told you that. You've been to cook-offs before where someone threw
know.
something down and it was horrible.
I know.
Where their family had been telling them it's good the whole time.
I know.
Yes. Those are the most difficult to judge.
So I did stop cooking that. I love rice dressing. And I hate to get controversial on this show because I know some children may be listening. But I found this controversy. Do you put cream of mushroom soup in your rice dressing or don't?
Thou shalt
That'd be a
not.
hard no.
Thou
Yeah.
shalt not.
But you would be surprised how many food professionals do.
Well,
Do they live here?
Yeah, they live in Acadiana.
It's a cheat. It's
But
a
you know-
well-known cheat.
Sounds
But-
like a casserole.
But grandmothers did that at one time. I never have. I tried it once and it didn't do anything for me. The other thing I discovered is basmati rice.
Oh, you were just talking about that yesterday.
Oh my God! I never cooked that at home, and I put that in rice dressing.
Wait, what?
Basmati rice.
Okay,
I'm not
I eat it in other things, but in rice dressing.
Let me tell
Do
you,
tell.
it's a game changer.
Okay.
The rice, it's not doesn't get it all mushy or anything like that. It's a true.
I
game
don't know.
changer.
I'm starting to question
Okay.
the foodie in him.
Look,
to question the food in him a little bit.
No. We are all about evolution. Look,
You
do what works.
It's an
Whatever
adventure.
works. It is an adventure, and let's try something new and let's make it better. I love it.
And every
I love
Monday,
it.
you can see Stacey Dempsey on the morning show beginning at 6. We do Monday Manger with her.
I love her.
And she does amazing
Fun.
things, simple recipes with food.
Yep. I've seen some of that. So Ellen over at Vermilionville,
Oh, love
she
Ellen.
says, just don't ask him about the aliens.
The
What is that
aliens?
about?
So
Wow.
I've seen 3 UFOs.
What?
Yeah, I have. And my son and I, when he was little, I got a new camera, and we're out on the front porch, and this something in the sky with multiple lights is zigzagging. It stops, makes a 90-degree turn, And then when I was with the sheriff's office, my partner and I got a call that there was a dead cow in a pasture. And we went out there, and this is when those cattle mutilations were happening in Colorado.
What?
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
And it was, we go out there, and we don't know anything about cows and stuff. So I said, we're going to call the brand commission. But in the meantime, she pulled me off to the side. She said, you going to write the report on this? I said, no, we're not going to write a report. We'll just, make a note of it somewhere because, people are going to think we're crazy if we say, hey, our suspect is aliens.
What do you say to that?
You just don't do it, And there were a lot of details about the cow corpse that I just don't want to say because it's kind of graphic. But,
Okay, thanks.
we were pretty sure it was aliens. Because that was a big thing.
Don't go into detail.
I won't go into detail, but I'm telling you.
I'm scared, Al.
This was so weird. I can say this, though. there were no paw prints or anything around the cow. The field was moist and completely without footprints.
Okay.
So that means the aliens brought it up to their ship,
And then delivered it right back.
did
And
whatever they
delivered
were
it
going to
right
do to
back.
it, and then dropped it in the field.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't write about that.
So,
It's
talking.
like Kobe beef, only different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my big failures in law enforcement. I think I had a lot.
So speaking of Alex, she says, please ask him about his holiday fruitcake and his love for spatchcocked chicken.
Oh, my
Also
God.
custard, which Lisette asked about too.
Oh.
He has a deep fascination with custard. Should be a fun podcast.
Okay, so Alex is correct. I love custard, but I was never able to make it right. I couldn't get it the right consistency. So I bought a sous vide to try that in,
Oh.
and still
You
it
can make a custard in the sous vide?
absolutely.
Really?
But mine didn't set
Okay.
well, and so every weekend I would make custard and come back and tell, everybody about it, and I was just obsessed with custard. I thought it would change my life. The fruit cake, it's one of the things that Alex and I disagree about, but she's from Ohio, so I don't know.
So
that
she
they
loves
have
a fruitcake?
Okay.
No, she does not.
Not like a
Smart
fruitcake.
girl.
And
That's why we get along.
I make a no-bake fruit cake that the base is essentially sweetened condensed milk and graham crackers,
Okay.
and then
That
you
doesn't
put.
sound like a fruitcake I've ever had.
Well, hold on.
It's called a no-bake fruit
Yeah,
cake.
I'm listening.
And then you add the fruit, the festive fruit to it, or I just add raisins sometimes. I've
Is
added,
it dried fruit?
It can be. So
Okay.
I would use raisins and maraschino cherries, and then sometimes I would buy the actual fruitcake fruit, which is candied fruit. I love those things. And during the pandemic, I went a little crazy and was eating one of those a week, which is how I gained all the weight.
Oh my God.
And I would just keep making fruitcakes because you don't have to bake them, You stir them together. And that is an amazing fruitcake. I love them. I may be the only person who loves them, but I love them.
We're going to have to get Al a fruitcake at Christmas.
right, right.
Here's your fruitcake,
I'll
Al.
come- Yeah.
I'll come make one for you.
Absolutely, and we'll come on and make custard for you. How about that?
I would love that.
We've
Vanilla
got that
custard.
down.
Okay, full disclosure, we do make fruitcake cookies in my family, and they are typically a big hit with everybody that hates fruitcake. I'm just saying there are ways to make it palatable.
Wow.
Now, what about that spatchcocked chicken?
Okay.
What's she talking about?
So I discovered spatchcocking poultry a long time ago.
So do you just squish it?
No.
No,
What
no.
you do is you cut the backbone out of the turkey or the
like-
chicken.
okay.
You flip it over and you break the breastbone, and the chicken flattens, or the turkey flattens, and you cook it like that. And what happens is it takes less time to cook it because there's no cavity,
Right.
And I was just crazy about that. And Taylor Trichet and I spatchcocked it on the show once, and it was like a 7-minute segment, which is unheard of in TV. And I don't think Taylor enjoyed it. You got to love raw poultry to get into this. And but I really like it because it takes much less time to cook. You're going to grill it. Takes
Yeah.
less time to grill. And then I did that for a Thanksgiving or two. And then one November, my wife said, "Would you mind not spatchcocking the turkey?" And again, devastated, just like the Mexican casserole, devastating. And
Would you mind? Did it dry it out? What
no,
happened?
it doesn't. It comes out moist and delicious. And she said, it just doesn't look like a turkey. I said, well, when we get it out of the oven, we're going to carve it. It's not going to look like a turkey then. She said, it's just not right when it's
not
flat.
pretty.
Yeah.
So I stopped spatchcocking
Well, you
the
didn't
turkey.
want her to have enough.
Don't even beg me to spatchcock a turkey in that house. I won't do it. Or make my, enchilada casserole.
Well, I tell you, my dad got upset when it was a fried turkey. Now, we lived in Texas, and so they decided to do that fried turkey. And he didn't have any giblet gravy. He didn't have the things that normally went with it. And he was passionate about what needed to be on that table for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I can understand. Just don't spatchcock that anymore.
It's got to be the right way.
Thank you for joining us on the Foodies of Lafayette podcast today. Al is just an amazing friend. He's a great guy. He's loved across the community. Thank you for coming
you're
out.
so kind.
The
You're so
Gas
kind.
Station Gourmet, TV personality. We just love him.
Thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you so much.
you guys, we'll see you next week. Let's eat.
Thank you. Let's eat.
Make sure to subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or YouTube. And thanks again to Ounce of Hope. Use code FOODIES at ounceofhope.com for 10% off your online order. Until next time, let's eat.